YouTube channel and I'm gonna bring another spooky video for you guys. I decided to embarrass Brian a little bit more on the internet for you, and we're gonna carve some pumpkins today. So what are we gonna carve our pumpkins?
We are doing Vikings pumpkins.
Because we are normal Minnesotan people.
Minnesotas.
Minnesota. We're Minnesotas. Anyway, so we decided to carve some pumpkins for you guys. We're just gonna kind of have a really casual video for you, and maybe we'll talk about some old spooky stories, you know, the Halloween-ish, but yeah, so let's get started. Brian's gonna do the easy one because he is a wuss, and I'm gonna do the hard one because he made me. Brian sucks at carving pumpkins really bad. I had to basically teach him last year, so.
I just had my mom do that part. We just gutted them.
Well, your mom's an artist, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically he never actually carved pumpkins when he was a kid. Me, on the other hand, I always carved pumpkins with my dad. That was always our thing, was the pumpkin carving part. Do you want me to tell my spooky stories first?
Tell your spooky story.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk about some spooky, scary, ghost, paranormal stories back from the day. If you guys aren't paranormal believers, then maybe you'll believe me after this spooky story. Brian still doesn't believe me to this day, but it was pretty freaking scary. Like, the scariest moment of my life. Scary. So, back when I was probably like 12, like 11 or 12, I was babysitting my younger brother, and we're 10 years apart, so he was like 1 or 2 years old. And he could talk, but he couldn't do like whole sentences. Like, he could say like a couple of words here and there. And I was babysitting him, and I had a cat at the time too. And we were just sitting in the living room, and my cat like ran out of the living room, like bolted out of the living room for no reason. And it was really weird, so I just kind of was like, okay, well, whatever. And then I looked to my little brother, and I was picking him up, and he's looking like behind me. And so I was like, what are you looking at, Ethan? And he goes, eyes? And I was like, oh, are you looking at my eyes? And then he's like, red eyes? And then I just freaked the flip out. I was like, oh, heck no, I am not gonna die today.
How old was he?
He was like 1 or 2. So he's a baby.
Yeah.
And so I bolted us into like his bedroom and shut the door with like me, him, and the cat. And I was just freaked out the whole freaking time. We stayed in there for like a good like 20-30 minutes.
My hand gets tired.
Oh my goodness. Big burly hurly can't even poke holes in a pumpkin. And then we moved houses. And the next house that we moved to is a really, really old house. Like, so old where the upstairs is freaking freezing in the winter because there's not enough insulation, and then it's hot, like super hot in the summer because there's not enough insulation to like keep in the cool air, and the cool air can't get up there either because there was only one vent in like the whole upstairs. And the upstairs consisted of the master bedroom, another bedroom, and then like a half bath, like a powder room kind of. I was sleeping in the master bedroom, which is like it's a really big bedroom, and it had 2 cubby holes, or like attic type storage. And then the other bedroom was technically my brother's bedroom, but he kept having nightmares all the time, so we moved him downstairs closer to my parents' bedroom. So I was up there all alone for a good year or 2. And one time it was like midnight or 1 in the morning. I can't remember what time it was, but it was late at night. And I was Snapchatting some friends, and I went to go take a selfie, and right behind my shoulder was this disembodied face, like a face of a person, and it was creepy. So I freaked out and I backed up onto my by my bed, and I was looking around the whole room, and I didn't see anything. And unfortunately, I didn't take the picture. I just saw it when I was like about to take the picture type of thing. Yeah, but it was literally the scariest thing in my life. And that's definitely not like the only thing that ever happened when I was at the house. When we first moved in, I couldn't fall asleep for a good week in my bedroom because I just kept feeling like something was watching me. And then every now and then, you know how I said it would get really, really hot in the wintertime or in the summertime and really cold in the wintertime, and that there's only one vent up there? Well, there's not a whole lot of airflow. But every once in a while when I'd be laying in bed, I would feel a rush of cold air beside me, and it would just stay there, almost like a ghost was laying next to me or something. And it was the creepiest thing ever. And yeah, I would always hear like banging on the cubby hole doors, like someone was almost like in there, like just creeping me out or something. And yeah. Okay, well, tell me about some old Halloween stories. Tell us the Peter Piper story while you're poking holes.
Okay. So in 3rd grade, my teacher for the Halloween party, she said that we had to pick a book. It had to be like a classic, like kids book, storytelling book, and we had to dress up as that character for Halloween. And it had to be a book from home, I think. I don't remember the specific details, but I had my mom help me pick out which character I'm gonna be. And she said that Peter Piper would be a good idea. And she put in all this work she made the costume herself. Like, she put in like a good amount of time to make this costume herself.
Uh-huh.
So for school, for that Halloween party, I was the Peter Piper. Which, I mean, it was fine. I figured, you know, it was just just for the school Halloween party day or whatever. And then I'd be able to do whatever I want. You know, I could be a Power Ranger or Goku or something. But no. She said that's my costume for the year. So I had to go out trick-or-treating as Peter Piper.
I want to have pictures of these and put into the video.
I probably didn't let her take any. That was the worst Halloween ever. It was awful. I was an 8-year-old boy. What 8-year-old boy wants to be Peter Piper?
Well, I've got some from when I was a kid. I don't know about any of you guys watching, but I've gone to the Not So Scary Halloween party at Disney, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween.
And
well, yeah.
You've been to like every Disney festival ceremony type deal.
Of course I have. Anyways, so I've been there, and one year, well, not one year, I dressed up as like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz like 50 million times in a row. But one year when I dressed up as Dorothy and went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, one of the cast members saw my costume and picked me out to be in the parade with all these other kids that had really cool costumes. So that was a really cool experience for me. So I got to be on this float with Lilo and Stitch, which was really fun. Yeah, I got to be with the characters the whole time, so that was pretty cool. So I'm waving off the float at my parents, and then at the end of the whole thing, they lined up all of us kids so that our parents could come find us and pick us up. And there was like these really bright lights, so I couldn't really see the crowd or anything. And I just remember someone saying like, Dorothy, your parents are here, because they didn't know my name, they just knew my costume. So then I kind of like ran out there and I couldn't see anything. And for a split second, I literally thought that I lost my parents because I couldn't see anything. I couldn't find them. I had no idea what was going on.
How old were you?
I was probably like in the 1st grade or something like that. I was pretty young, like 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, one of those years I went. And I literally thought I lost my parents for a hot minute. And then all of a sudden my dad like came up and he like hugged me and we were fine and whatever. But it was really freaking scary. And it's kind of a cool like story too, because I got to be in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parade. Like, how many kids can say that? Do you remember all your Halloween costumes from when you were a kid?
I'm pretty sure I was a Power Ranger twice.
What color?
Blue and red, I think. I changed colors because then like the next year I handed it down to my brother or something.
Oh.
And then Peter Piper. And then I think I was one of those, it was like the Scream mask with the blood. You know, you would squeeze the thing and blood would come down.
Yeah.
My parents my mom finally let me be that one. Me and my brother always wanted to be that. And then she finally did when I was in 4th grade, and then I think...
You were that when you were in 4th grade?
Yeah.
I've never been anything scary in my whole life besides this year.
I think that was my last year trick-or-treating, was 4th grade.
You're kidding.
Maybe 5th grade, but I don't remember what else I was.
You're kidding. My last year was probably 6th grade. And then I had Halloween costumes after that because I went to like parties and stuff.
I wasn't cool. I didn't go to parties.
Yeah, you're still not cool. I've been every single princess that was ever made pretty much, besides like the new ones now, obviously. I've been Dorothy 5 million times. I was a genie. I was Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. I've been Little Red Riding Hood. I've been a cop. I've been a Victoria's Secret angel.
One eternity later.
So we made it dark so you can see what our pumpkins turned out to be. So if you can't see us, sorry, it's for the pumpkins. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to our Halloween stories and my spooky paranormal stories and whatnot. Next month I have a lot of things planned for you guys, so please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification down below so you're always notified when I make a new upload, unless you didn't already know already. I do post on every Tuesday and Thursday as well, but please hit that bell notification because it can sometimes change. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you liked the video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye guys.